2025 is going to mark the 80-year anniversary of Thomas and Friends. And honestly, as someone who's watched every single era of the Thomas series, except for All Engines Go, has honestly been the greatest thing to be a Thomas fan for on this channel for quite some time. However, never in my life have I ever got the chance to ever read the classic Railway series that the Reverend Wilbert Awdry has created himself, which, as we know right now, if he was here still today, he wouldn't like what's happening to his franchise of what's going. But you got to give thanks to also Britt Offcroft for creating the TV series and also the movie of Magic Railroad and so many other things. Especially massive credits to Dave Midden for creating the models for the trains, and along with the sister channel Tugs as well, which he also does a great job, in which those Tug characters do end up getting reused for the Thomas show, which is amazing. Especially also big thanks to all the narrators who worked on the show on each of the episodes, that it being Ringo Starr, Michael Angelis, rest in peace, buddy, George Carlin, also rest in peace, bud, Alec Baldwin, Michael Brandon for the Hit era, Mark Morgan, and Pierce Brosnan for The Great Discovery. Those two are great narrators. And also John Hassler and Joseph May, who play Thomas, along with the Japanese narrators being Leo Morimoto and John Kabira. And most of the rest of the entire voice acting cast who play each character throughout the Thomas series, throughout the CGI era, that is, because that's where most of them each have a unique voice actor to them, to that character. And honestly, in terms of what I see for the franchise going on their 80th anniversary, I'm not so sure on how this is going to work. Because, as we know, All Engines Go is still going, and they're consistently not that much of a brand anymore. They're losing everything in their path that is making the franchise die soon, which I don't understand why. In terms of how this anniversary will work, it comes down to this video's topic today. And today I'm going to be trying to predict on what this special 80-year anniversary could provide for the franchise. I know there's already 2 books being made soon, but I still think there's only a slight bit of hope, even though I'm betting on there's no hope left. But yet, you never know. One of those predictions, obviously, is that they're probably going to continue with the All Engines Go cartoon until, because as we all know, I think the 3rd season got greenlighted, so hopefully by after season 3, the show ends up getting canceled and we get another new Thomas show, hopefully, that is somehow better than how it was originally intended, because that would be something. I would also appreciate a really big change in merchandise because of how bad this is. I mean, I literally can't go to my local Target or Walmart stores and I see the garbage. Also, I think also bringing back returning characters to CGI is a maybe, but it's just probably not going to happen at all, no matter how the fans try to do their best with. But there's a chance that maybe the company, maybe the brand of this franchise could be bought by someone else. Someone like Hasbro or Disney specifically, which I think can lead to either a revival or a downgrade to that franchise. I don't know how they will provide better stories, better episodes, better character designs, and how this could work for the IP. One of those things I know people mention is the Down to the Mind pilot, or Down the Mind pilot episode. That there was a secret pilot episode on this specific one that people tend to discover on what's so special. And yet, I mean, I've watched this episode a lot, and I feel like maybe there could be something secret about it for the anniversary. I think the pilot is considered a secret to many fans have been wanting to ask why. And in terms of products, there should be also a big change in terms of merchandise, maybe like a revival of Ertl toys and the Bachman toys. Although the Bachman toys are still going and maybe adding new characters or old characters or something, but they just don't stand out in terms of the rest. And then you have your take and play models or take along or adventures, whatever you like to call it. these magnetic trains that have special track are just really collectible and have different many variants, and people love these, especially the different variations they have that they provide. And I think the same thing also goes for their Trackmaster Tomy models, which used to be around by Tomy, in which the Tomy products in Japan are still doing it, but they somehow followed the same roots as Mattel's product is doing, which is so bad. As for the wooden, I would really like if they really went back to the old roots of wooden railway, because as we all know, Thomas Wood is just so bad, like super horrible of what we are right now, of how, the amount, because there are Thomas fans who complain about how bad Thomas Wood is, and I am one of those people. And yeah, I honestly, it's just sad to the fans. And I think in terms of what the new Trackmaster motorized model, where specific, where the wheels the trains can go higher terrain and don't have to worry about having two AAA batteries, by the way. Because I know back in my days, we only just had to use one AA battery or a C battery to have your train go. But if it's like your train that talks or is remote control or lights up, they have like a different battery system. It's so different than the other. I think there needs to be a change to that. In other words, I think also, here's what I think we can also maybe one day, I think maybe we can get a future Lego Thomas set officially. Because I'm going to be honest here, I know Lego Duplo Thomas exists and Mega Bloks Thomas exists, both for reasons, but they were back in those times when it used to be great. But I think maybe a full-on Lego set of Thomas, like an actual Lego set, would be fun. And I think it could be possible because they don't have to rely on minifigures. They just have to rely on making the train come to life, of how it could work. Maybe you could just focus on the train engines or the coaches and maybe put in a bit of new track. I also think we could also maybe are probably getting a future another Dale with Thomas event that's something special. I would also appreciate maybe they could like showcase new characters at the Dale with Thomas event, something like Toby or James. And because I know in Japan they already showcased James and Toby in Japan already along with Hero. And I know we already have Mavis and Rusty, as I already took like 2 pictures and multiple posts on what I did before. But why not give Diesel or Salty a design to be in this event too? Because they're Diesels, and yet they would really be great. Even though I think it's probably going to take a long time for them to make the face of the characters, even the ones from different countries. I know they have it, but they could have just shipped those faces to America and then put it on a different Diesel so that it looks almost really Railway Series accurate or Model Series accurate or something. But that's another thing. I would even appreciate if maybe we get an opening of a new Thomas theme park. If Thomas Land exists, then I think we should also maybe get like a Thomas World. Because Thomas World could be similar to Thomas Land. It's similar to how you picture, like, how Disneyland also has Disney World. So it could be sort of the similar thing where we have a Thomas World instead of not just Thomas Land. And maybe we can get more characters, maybe new rides, and maybe you get to explore more of like the map that is the island of Sodor. That's where Thomas World should look like. Like it has a full picture of the island of Sodor in a way. So that makes so much sense. And in terms, if CGI ever returns, we should see these characters return. Although maybe some of the other characters that were in the model era should also get that CGI treatment. Or maybe some of these characters you see here will probably make a big return, possibly in the All Engines Go reboot, which is going to be interesting maybe. Aside from Edward and Henry having official voice actors, because I know Gordon and James get this treatment, and I think Toby does too, but it's still not the same as usual. And I think we might even get a secret little teaser trailer for the upcoming future Thomas movie, which I don't know who's going to make this. I know maybe Warner Brothers is going to make this because of their partnership with Mattel. After the success that was the Barbie movie last year, and I don't know how it's gonna work for Thomas and with corroboration with Warner Brothers. I don't know how it's going to work. I mean, if that doesn't play out, then there's also, you could pass the project to Paramount or Universal, and maybe have the team operating at Nickelodeon Movies and maybe DreamWorks or Illumination to work on this movie, and maybe work from the ground up and give them better design, better models that make it truly dedicated to what the fans originally know the show from, not from what All Engines Go did, because it's not very interesting. It's not going to get people's attention on what they're. I would even appreciate if they do better with their board, with their merchandising. I think it would be cool if we get some really cool and fun Thomas stuff, like better Thomas merch. The Thomas merch that you get from Dale with Thomas is only very exclusive. I think the same thing even applies to the hats. Why not have them as actual clothing in the modern time we live in right now? Because I feel like we're not seeing that a lot lately for some reason. I think they should bring those back. And in terms of the games they provide, I know there's already a Thomas Uno and a Thomas Monopoly, but other ones that I still think are missing, maybe a Thomas themed Shoots and Ladders, or a Thomas the Clue, maybe even a Thomas version of chess. And I just don't know. There's just so much Thomas related things that could be turned into a board game, but just won't work. I don't understand what the franchise is leading to afterwards. I really don't. But yet, in terms of later, I think we could get a little teaser trailer. Will probably get another All Engines Go special like the others. I don't know why. If only there was something special for the franchise to go with. Maybe even some collabs. I don't know. Maybe do like some Thomas collab with some shoe products like Nikes or Adidas. Maybe even create some new clothing merch. I don't know. Maybe also get like, I know we could maybe even get like a special art book of specific eras of Thomas. Maybe another Audrey extravaganza, which we already know. But I think we could maybe also get like, maybe, I don't know, some different collaborations also with, I don't know, some food products, or some new dining kits or something. I really don't know what Mattel is going to do, or who's going to own this franchise, because this franchise is starting to downfall. It's going on a downhill spiral on Gordon's Hill for some reason. I don't know what they're going to do with the show after this, because it's not making money. No one is buying their toys. We already live in a time where the knockoff Thomas merchandising is making more money than the company that owns this product already. I don't know what else is there to be of. Now, in terms of Thomas and Friends crossovering with another franchise is sort of impossible, because there's a lot of different crossovers that fans really want to see happen with Thomas. But if it was something official to show on TV and the media, it basically could either leave people on the internet happy or disappointed in a way. I don't know what they plan to do for this 80-year anniversary on who they can cross over with, but honestly, we just don't know, and the mystery remains a secret that no one else can answer that question specifically. In terms of the secret segments from what Salty's Lighthouse and Shining Time Station had already did with their perspectives, we might even get like a little secret concept art book of Thomas, of what some specific locations of what the show used to be. Not the Railway series, but the model and CGI era, specifically at that time of that being. And maybe, I don't know, maybe Thomas could secretly showcase a secret little trailer for them collaborating with Just Dance on a secret map for, I don't know, Just Dance 2026 as an exclusive to all users. I don't know which song they can pick from, but as I said from a specific Dale with Thomas post that I did, I think it's possible. The likeness of them adding a specific Thomas song would probably Go Thomas or Thomas You're the Leader, I think, for the most part, from what I see of what song they would pick from the show, from what I think. But it's just a theory on that case. And in terms of toys they can make, and because we already know that All Engines Go actually has a McDonald's toy marketing, and I think this maybe could continue on if it was spread to something like Wendy's or Burger King, maybe Sonic drive-thru. But although the toys themselves will probably be as bad as they are, because it's All Engines Go, it's going to be bad anyway, at any cost being. And then, I mean, that's the thing with the Thomas franchise. It has like an increase from the start of the era when it like was in the model series, but then it started to go downhill when we started to get All Engines Go and the Big World Big Adventure seasons and all that form of a way, because it's just that horrible in a way. In fact, I think what's even worse is that in terms of if All Engines Go continues, it's probably going to leave a bit of controversy for the Thomas community and its fandom, and it's probably going to receive lots of hate anyway, and that's probably them adding a gay character in a game, and it's going to leave people upset. It's going to leave people, and it's probably going to leave random comments in the comment section saying, oh, it's woke, it's political, and all that sort of things. But hey, this channel does not get any earnings of monetization, and even though this channel has been there 5 years old, it may sound political in a way, but hey, if YouTube, please monetize the channel if you're watching this. I deserve this, at least, because I put hard work and dedication with these videos of what I put out. It's not fair, and I think every YouTuber, big and small, deserves to be monetized, no matter how many subs, no matter how many views they have. It doesn't matter, whatever makes them popular. It doesn't make sense. Please fix this. Get rid of the copyright infringement as well, because people love to be creative as much as they want, no matter who copies each other. I don't get it. It makes no sense. But getting off topic, there could be something in terms of the Thomas games. I don't even know what to say now, but Thomas games, since the last specific Thomas game they ever made was for the Nintendo 3DS, called Thomas and Friends, steaming around Sodor for the Nintendo 3DS. And I think there was also one, Hero of the Rails, on the Wii, and many other iconic somewhat games they also did, not counting the mobiles and the website ones, because they are totally different and they have their own specific gimmicks, and I don't know what they plan to do after that. Maybe they might even feature some iconic famous writers from the fandom who made such amazing fan-made projects and movies that, you know, like Tobias and the Half Priora, Train in London, Thomas Downfall, New Story of Alfred, The Fallen of B-42, I don't know, and put them in All Engines Go. But it's kind of hard to exactly point out a hidden, underrated gem in All Engines Go because of how bad it is of a franchise, of where the brand is going afterwards. It's just not good. It's horrible. But that's pretty much all the predictions I have for the 80th anniversary of Thomas. I don't know what, I don't have any hopes for this of what they're planning to make this so legendary, because previous year anniversaries were already great, like the 75-year anniversary, the 60th anniversary. They were already successful, and they had really cool merchandising on the way. But in other words, please, in the comments section, what do you predict will be in the 80-year anniversary? And this sort of takes a little bit of inspiration from iconic YouTubers like Thomas Theorist and the Soda Railway or something. But these are all just my predictions. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, hit the notification bells, and I'll see you guys in another video. See you later.